The film begins with 30-year-old Alice, who works as a social media manager for a company that develops medicines. Because of work, she had to travel to another city and stopped at a roadside motel for the night. At around 2 a.m., she receives a call from her husband, Eric. Alice rushes into the bathroom. Eric deeply loves her. He asks how she is and reminds her that they have a fertility appointment tomorrow. They've been trying desperately to have a baby, and Eric always takes good care of her. But beneath all this, Alice is hiding a painful truth. She's cheating on him with a colleague named John, with whom she has been physically involved. When John walks into the bathroom, Alice quickly hangs up so Eric won't suspect anything. They need to get home by morning, so the two head out in John's car. Soon they realize the fuel is running low, which shocks John because he filled the tank yesterday while Alice mocks him. They spot a gas station ahead and manage to reach it. John starts filling the tank while Alice goes inside for coffee. He notices a huge billboard reading "God is nowhere," and we also see fuel leaking from the car, the real reason it emptied. Alice gets her coffee, but the empty store unsettles her, so she leaves money on the counter. Then she sees blood. Terrified, she moves it toward the door, but before she can escape, a gunshot hits her hand and knocks her down. John, listening to loud music, hears nothing. Alice screams in agony as another shot confirms someone is trying to kill her. Yet John, sealed inside the car, remains completely unaware. Inside the store, Alice was shaking with fear, blood pouring from her wounded hand, so she wrapped it tightly with a piece of cloth and tried to stay calm. Just then, another bullet tore through the air, and she froze, realizing the shooter was a sniper hiding somewhere near the billboard outside. She was trapped in a deadly situation. If she moved, she'd be shot, and the only person who could help her, John, was still in the car, completely unaware. She remembered that when she fell, her phone had dropped to the floor. It was lying in a spot clearly visible to the sniper, but she still tried, slowly stretching out her hand. Before she could grab it, the sniper blasted the phone into pieces. Losing hope, Alice looked around for another way out and noticed a back door, but reaching it wouldn't be easy. Then she heard something, a radio on a table, also in the sniper's line of fire. She tossed chip bags into the air. The sniper shot them, giving her a brief window to dash forward and grab the radio. She called for help, connecting with a man searching for his wife, Amelia, whom Alice hadn't seen. Meanwhile, John noticed his fuel dropping again, discovered a hole in his tank, and went inside to check on Alice. She spotted him, but before she could warn him, the sniper shot John in the neck, then the head, killing him instantly as Alice watched in horror. Sobbing helplessly, she pulled the fallen radio back toward her with a mop, desperate for help. Alice reconnects with the same man on the radio, and this time she tells him her name and explains everything that has happened inside the store, but he keeps asking about his wife, Amelia. Alice insists she hasn't seen any woman here. Hearing this, the man says he's calling the police and that help will arrive in 15 minutes, giving Alice a moment of relief. But then she suddenly hears him laughing, confessing that he was the one who blew John's head off. Terrified, Alice throws the radio away. The man, who is actually the killer, says he's coming there himself. Panic floods her mind as she tries to figure out how to survive. The store is brightly lit, so she searches desperately for a switchboard to turn the lights off. She finds it and throws objects at it but can't hit the right buttons. She spots that the shelf has wheels, so she covers herself moving the shelf and reaches the board while bullets crash around her. Miraculously, she manages to switch off the lights, plunging the store into darkness and giving herself a fighting chance. She grabs the radio again, but it only connects to the killer, who claims no one else is here except him and Amelia. Alice then notices a woman's corpse, Amelia, already murdered. The killer admits he killed her for cheating, which horrifies Alice even more, knowing she herself has betrayed her husband. Moments later, a car pulls up. A man named Doug, Amelia's friend, enters the store looking for her. Alice sees him and urgently warns him to hide, whispering that a sniper is hunting them both. The man quickly hides, and Doug explains he came to pick up Amelia, but Alice tells him Amelia was murdered by her husband. Doug is stunned and insists Amelia wasn't even married. He ducks behind the counter, but soon Alice starts doubting him. Ever since he arrived, the sniper hasn't fired a single shot. Holding a hammer, she questions him, but he swears he isn't the killer. He says he only came for Amelia because they were supposed to work the night shift at the graveyard. When Alice tells him to call for help, Doug admits he left his phone in the car. He tries desperately to convince her he's innocent, but Alice doesn't know whom to trust. The radio has been silent, So maybe Doug really is the sniper. To prove himself, Alice tells him to go get his phone and call the police. If he survives, he's innocent, but Doug knows stepping outside means death. Still, he's forced to go. The moment he runs towards his car, shots ring out. His phone is blown apart, and moments later, so is he. Alice is crushed. Doug had been telling the truth, and she practically sent him to his death. Soon, the sniper contacts her again, accusing her of being the real killer, because she let an innocent man die. He taunts her, saying he knows all about her, that he saw her at the convention, selling medicine that destroys lives. Alice tries to explain she only works for a company that makes the drugs, but he snarls that she helps sell them, calling her selfish and dangerous, claiming he knows everything about her company. The sniper accuses Alice of destroying a poor employee's life just to get a promotion, claiming she falsely accused him of assault, got him fired, and left him unable to pay for his sick daughter's treatment. Alice denies everything, shaken and confused. She notices several umbrellas lying around and starts wondering who this man really is. If he only wanted to kill her, why murder Amelia? Why call her his wife? Either Alice stumbled into the wrong place at the wrong time, or this entire trap was set specifically for her. While talking to him over the radio, she quietly positions those umbrellas as decoys to reach the exit. The sniper realizes it and shoots them, but Alice manages to reach the door, only to discover it's locked. Her injured hand makes it impossible to break it open. Exhausted, she rests. Soon a car arrives. A man tries to pump gas, but the system fails, so he drives away, and the sniper doesn't shoot him, revealing he only kills people who know too much. Thinking fast, Alice begs for her life over the radio, confessing she can't have children and struggles emotionally, but the sniper calls her a cheating woman and says the world would be better without her. Suddenly, she hears a police siren, but the car passes without stopping. Knowing the sniper's attention is elsewhere, she runs for John's car, but he shoots at her, forcing her back inside. A bullet tears into her leg, and she collapses in agony. After regaining consciousness, she cleans her wound, tapes it up, and finds a box containing a man's shirt, labeled Henry, and photos of him with his young daughter. Alice now starts to believe that this might be the same man she once falsely accused, the man whose daughter died, and now he's here to take revenge. She speaks to him, apologizing through trembling breaths. The sniper stays silent for a moment, then suddenly asks, "Who is Henry?" as if he was never Henry at all. Moments later, a car pulls up and an older man steps out to fill his tank, but before he can even process the sight of Doug's dead body, the sniper shoots him instantly. His wife, still in the car, sees everything and rushes out to call for help, but the sniper kills her too, even as Alice desperately signals for them to run or hide. Helpless, she breaks down in tears. The killer tells her that when she has a child someday, that child will be just like her, a liar, and that's why she deserves to die. Furious, Alice shouts that she's nothing like him, calling him a monster, a coward who murders innocents from the shadows. As she yells, her attention shifts to the old couple's car. Inside is a little girl named Sandy, who has just watched her grandparents die. Terrified, she freezes. Alice signals her to stay inside, then pleads with the killer not to hurt the child. He replies that if he wanted to kill the girl, he would have done it already. He then asks Alice if she's willing to die for the child, and she says yes. The sniper gives her 2 minutes to save Sandy. Alice quickly writes a note telling the girl to run toward the road. Sandy listens, steps out of the car, and starts moving forward. But the darkness was overwhelming, and Sandy grew terrified with no one else around, so she ran back toward Alice. Alice quickly picked her up, holding her tight and giving her courage. With no other choice left, Alice blocked the store's door and began sawing through the lock on the exit. Meanwhile, the killer climbed down from the billboard and started moving toward the door with his gun. He would have killed them both, but just in time, Alice managed to cut through the lock. As she slipped to the other side, her hope shattered. There was another shutter with a heavy lock she couldn't break in time. Knowing the clock was ticking, she improvised a weapon and hid Sandy safely away. The killer entered and asked if she knew who he really was. The father she falsely accused, a victim of her company's medicines, or just a murderer who hunts deceitful women. While he searched, Alice attacked him from behind, stabbing his stomach, but he didn't die. Instead, he turned on her. As she ripped off his mask, a gunshot echoed. Alice fell. The killer moved towards Sandy, but Alice, using the last of her strength, attacked again, dragging him toward a hydraulic machine and activating it. She wanted to see his face, but the machine crushed his head before she could. Bleeding out, Alice realized she would never know who he truly was, and with that unanswered question, she died too, leaving us without answers. At dawn, little Sandy walked out of the gas station, the last survivor of this horrific night. If you love this story, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, and tell us in the comments, who do you think the real killer was? Alice's husband, the man from her office, or someone else entirely?